Hey everybody, it's Mike and Mel back with the Funky Five Jive. Today we're going to be talking about stress and how we deal with stress differently than some. So stay tuned.
It's the M&M Funky 5 Jive with Mike and Mel, the short and sweet podcast where they dive into toys, kids, and all the chaos in between. Packed with tips, stories, and unsolicited opinions because, let's face it, they've got plenty. And hey, their opinions are their own, so save your whining for someone who cares. Now let's get to it. Time to play with Mike and Mel.
Okay, so welcome back. Today we're going to talk about stress and stress-related techniques or how to deal with stress, meditation, and some other things that we use. Melissa has taught me a lot about this over the years. And the reason we're doing this is because we are starting up a little side business called LeLa Brands, named after LeLa. And LeLa Brands is based in the kind of a more of a holistic approach to life, meditation, tuning forks, singing bowls, all the stuff that we use pretty much on a daily basis, but a different approach to dealing with your day-to-day to kind of set it up. So I'll let Melissa tell you her journey.
We're all stressed out and we all need a break. Stress was killing us. If you look at the blog post, I got this question on Quora and I answered it about adults and how that they are taking the time now to take breaks, to have some fun and to enjoy life. And so that is one way that you can release some stress. The other for us, in addition to that, is meditation. 77% of adults say that they're stressed out, and 73%.
177%.
Yeah. I think the ones that didn't answer that they were stressed are either meditation instructors or they're liars. And then 73% of those people said that it impacts their mental health. Kids are stressed out about school. They think about it every day. They have social issues that they have to contend with and parental expectations, if you want to be honest. So if all of that is going on, at some point we're going to explode. So we have to take care of our health because it does impact our health.
And it's an energy release.
It is.
I mean, you need an energy release, whether that be a physical energy, like, you talk about playtime, if it's action and moving and sports and, you talk about kid adults, but, it's not just about collecting action figures and that kind of stuff, but it's actually playing sports, being part of that. I mean, we're in communities that we're involved with older people, and they, they're out playing, they're doing the pickleball and everything else. And so that's all part of it. Plus, I think that, like, for us on a almost daily basis, we try to keep like a level head, and we do our 10-minute or 15-minute meditation. We do the yoga.
Right.
And not only does that make me feel a lot better, but as far as the muscle thing goes, but it also wakes you up, get you moving, get your blood moving. And these little meditations are wonderful, and they're easy. You just go on YouTube. You can go to hours. Melissa's been putting some together. One that we really like called Wake Me Up. We'll plug them. Why not? I mean, we like this guy.
That is an awesome
Wake
one.
Me Up is where we started with all this, and this guy has a great job of giving you some positive affirmations and great things. Get you kind of amped up for the day or wound down in the evening. So
right.
Anyway, Melissa has been doing this for a while, and she's got all kinds of tools she uses.
Right. So I was going through a period in my life where I went from the healthiest person you could ever meet to the most unhealthy. I lost weight. I didn't have to lose. I was a walking skeleton. And my doctor told me that if I didn't change some things, that I was going to be in a lot of trouble. And so he put me on antidepressants, and I did not like the way they made me feel at all. They were making me feel kind of spacey, emotionless, just kind of like a robot. And they were physically making me sick too. And so I said, there's got to be another way, because I have to get through this stressful moment in my life but I can't be this numb person. So I was looking online one day for something for me and the kids to do for the weekend, and I saw this post about a free meditation at this bookstore, and it really sparked something in me. And I thought, that sounds interesting. I've never done anything pertaining to meditation before. And so that was the catalyst to this journey that I took with journaling and meditation. And it led me to reading some books and going to sessions and just growing. And one thing led to another. And then I eventually got into Reiki and other energy medicines and tuning singing bowls and tuning forks, which I love as I meditate, because I can feel even more relaxed with that added layer of sounds. So it's been quite the journey, and I've been so excited about it that I've wanted to share it with other people. I did, of course, share it with Mike, and he thought I was a little out there, but but he's really grown to love the meditation just for calming your mind, and the yoga
Well,
for
I think what you're saying is, when it comes right down to it, where, like, when you talk about the tuning forks. Actually, I like the part when you said the singing forks and the tuning bowls. It made me think of a Disney special, because we have singing forks in our house. So we'll do the whole thing. We'll get like some incense out. We'll get it burning, and here's the baby one.
Yes.
We got some bigger ones, but we go and we set the mood and get the vibration rolling, and then we put on. It's just a guided meditation. It's YouTube. It's super easy, and you breathe, and it's just a way to tune into yourself. And she just briefly mentioned the tuning forks, but these things are cool, man. It's like the Beach Boys song, "Good Vibrations." We're all about vibrations. This whole world is vibrating. All these atoms are vibrating. All these molecules, and when you put all that together, if you've got bad vibrations going, and here's one of hers right here. You go, huh? But when you listen to it, or when you use it, your throat chakra, your what is
Third
this
eye.
one? Third eye, the top of your head, whatever that's called.
Crown.
Your crown. There's different forks for everything. And this stuff, she knows all about it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like we'll go into a room or a house or a place where we are, visiting whatever, or even our house, when we bring stuff in, all that stuff is carrying its own vibe kind of thing. And why do you think people talk about vibes? It's all there. It's all happening. You can dismiss it and think it's all crazy and stupid, and maybe it is, but it's fun. And it's weird because we can even take an object, or if you're having a bad day and you do this thing, you can hear it go, wah, it's not working. But you give it a couple go rounds, and by the time you're done, you're kind of back in tune again. It's like tuning an instrument. You got to tune yourself, your vibes, your outlook.
Right.
That's the way I see it.
It is true. I mean, you can read scientific literature on, the smaller particles that we're all made of, the atoms and even smaller protons, neutrons. They're all part of our makeup. And so when those things are out of whack, they create a vibe, a sound, they give off energy. And when it's out of whack, we feel it and we know it.
But for us, we use them to kind of set the tone. At the beginning of the day, end of the day, middle of the day, doesn't matter. But it gets a kind of maybe a focus.
Yes.
Would you say?
Yeah, it's a focus.
It's a focus. It's
right.
A place to start. And she's been so into this that we do the yoga, And we find that a lot of the product available is either, I don't know, what do you want to say, just routine, like the yoga mats or yoga mats or yoga mats.
And we want to offer that
kind
with
of a more
a quality product with style. One of the things for me that was very difficult was that there was just so much information out there about the best way to do yoga, and you should have this product and do this. Oh, get a block. No, don't get a block.
There, the research that you especially have done is extensive.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to put that together and say, okay, here's the tuning forks, here's the chakras, here's how they work, here's what you do.
Right.
Is a beautiful thing. I mean, it's out there, but it's hard to find.
Well, it's hard to find, and it's also hard to grasp just how you're going to use the information. That's what was the hardest part for me, is I'd see this information over here, and one source says to do it this way, another source says to do it this way. I'm thinking, why can't I just do it my own way?
Right.
And somebody just
everybody can modify it themselves.
Right. So if I can provide people with streamlined information that I wish I had when I had found it, then they can take it and make it their own. It's basically been a mental shift, I would say, more than anything else.
Good words.
Mental shift in the way that I think. It's more like your brain is a muscle. And it's just like anything else. You have to practice to get it to do what you want it to do. And so the 180 switch that I've made is that instead of spiraling into the negative, which I did a lot of when I was trying to get through this hard time in my life that I mentioned, is now I stop and focus on the moment, and I'm in the moment rather than in the past or in the future and thinking what if. Now, it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's a lot better. And it brings me through negative situations in a more positive aspect. And it helps me think through them with more critical thinking. And it helps me let go of things that are not that important. I mean, you have to think, is something a 5-minute problem, a 5-month problem, or a 5-year problem? If it's a 5-year problem, yeah, I'm going to have to go a little deeper. But I got to stop making these 5-minute problems 5-year problems when they're not. And it's an ongoing process. You're never going to be done with it. It's like anything else. You're constantly maintaining.
And that's been a motto for us for a long time. Is every day,
in every way,
we're getting better and better. Boom. We do this every day, and that's, I think, the thing is that not only physically better, mentally better, spiritually better, the way we conduct our lives now, which is so different than what was maybe even 3-4 years ago. We look at the positives. We may not live in the most beautiful house, we may not be financially where we want to be or whatever, but we're happy, we got a good life, and we should be, and we're grateful.
Yeah. And gratitude is such a huge word in my vocabulary now. I mean, every day. And I was grateful for things before in the past. I'm not saying I was a bad person and totally negative. It's just a little bit more at the forefront.
For me, I used to, like I was always on the defense, and I was always like trying to fend off the negativity. Now I just approach every day in a more positive way. I've got you, and we're healthy, and we're able to move forward in life. And I think that that's the kind of positive mental outcome that's come through this for me. And like when I've had bad days where I feel like nothing's going right, and I'm like, tuning fork me, baby. And that's kind of our key. I feel like we're constantly training ourselves to look positive, to look at the positive, to look at the bigger picture, so to speak. I had somebody that just recently who was in a very bad place say, yeah, I know you're happy and you're in love. Yeah. And I thought, well, God, why are you so upset about that? That's a great thing. You could be that way too, but you're just a jerk. It's like just decide. You have to decide. It's not even that hard. Start with the little stuff. It's like everything. It's baby steps. A lot of devil's advocates in my past.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't do that with our kids so much. We used to, but I think that the way we push forward is like, hey, you've got this opportunity. Let's make the best of it. Let's find out how this can be a positive thing, not why it's not going to work.
Right.
And that's all part of the basis that we go through with the meditation, with the everything.
Right.
It's the attitude.
Now, the thing is, too, is there are some people, and I've read this, so I'm not making this up. There are some people that think, well, what if something bad happens to you and you're doing all this stuff and then that means it doesn't work? No, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means you have a coping mechanism for getting through the bad times. I just lost my father 4 months ago. And if I did not have some sort of coping mechanism,
Sure,
I would be in a lot worse space than I could have ever been.
You want to blame the universe for all the bad stuff.
Right, right. Why is God taking away my father? Why is, oh, woe is me and all this stuff? I have this, I have a strong belief system. I have a strong power within me that will help me move forward.
It's all positive thinking.
And it's part of learning to think that way that helps get me through the bad times. It's not to say you're bulletproof against bad times. Do yourself a favor, take one break at lunch, 10 minutes, and just sit quietly, no screen, no music, and just close your eyes and listen to the sounds around you. And see how long you can last. Work your way up to 10 minutes. And then maybe the next week, try a meditation video with some affirmations and see how that feels. And there's a lot out there.
Starting up about 5 or 6 of them.
I've got about 5 or 6 that you can find on the M&M Funky Stuff channel on YouTube. And just give it a try. Just dabble.
It's like setting a baseline.
It is.
Setting a baseline. Just getting that little bit to take you away. You know, it used to be that we'd sit and watch the news and listen to all the negativity and get the coffee and rush out the door. And now it's more of a take a step back. Get your day going right on a more positive note, so that when you approach the day, you're thinking in a positive way, you're feeling in a positive way, you're acting in a positive way. And the truth is, if you do it, it's going to spread.
Right. And you have to think of these mental moments as exercise. You're not going to jump on a treadmill and then suddenly have the body of a goddess. It takes time to get there. And this is the same way. Brain exercising, whether it's puzzles or mindfulness, it takes time to get to where you can go, wow, I really feel the difference. So I wish you
that spiritual muscle.
That's right. So we wish you the best of luck. And please leave us some comments and let us know how you're going on your spiritual journey and some of the things that you enjoy to do to take a moment to decompress. And let us know what your kiddos are doing too to decompress. I know that we're really proud of the meditation that we put up this week. It's for families to do together, little kids and adults. You can take a break together. So let us know how you like that.
And always.
Oh, and always take a chicka-chocka break as well.
Because that's a good thing to do with the family too. Check us out there. We've got videos coming for both things. And we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.